everyone, I'm Chris Thomas. You're watching ABC 10 Plus Tonight. Families in Granite Bay are concerned after an attempted kidnapping of a student in their neighborhood. And right now is the perfect time to rethink and reset your finances before the start of the 2025 year in dollars and cents. ABC 10 Plus Tonight starts right now. First at 5, families in Granite Bay are concerned tonight after an attempted kidnapping of a student in their neighborhood.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office says it happened Tuesday morning near Douglas Boulevard and Quail Oaks Drive.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias is live from where it happened. Roxanne, what was the students doing and what are you hearing from the residents?
Well, Chris, that student was in this area you see right here behind me, waiting on her school bus when that man approached her. Many of the families who live in this area say they moved here specifically because it is known to be safe, but hearing of an attempted kidnapping is highly unusual in their area.
We shocked. The whole neighborhood just shocked because it's the safest place to be.
Rita Maknoskaya says she and her neighbors are on edge after an attempted kidnapping of a young girl waiting at a school bus stop around 8 Tuesday morning. The grandmother lives just a couple of blocks from where it happened near Douglas Boulevard and Quail Oaks Drive in Granite Bay.
We received a report that a transient man had approached a student waiting for the school bus and demanded that student go with him. Thankfully, that student ran away and was able to go back to their house, let their parents know what had just happened.
The girl's parents then called the Placer County Sheriff's Office, which responded quickly. And about a mile down the road, they were able to identify the man with the help of the victim. The suspect you see here is 38-year-old Joshua Landreth, who was booked into jail on multiple charges, including attempted kidnapping.
He's been arrested a couple of times within the last year, and he did have an outstanding warrant for theft. None of his prior crimes are related to kidnapping type things or anything of that nature. Most of them are in the theft, shoplifting type of crimes.
On Wednesday, the Eureka Union School District confirmed the young girl is a student with the district. Superintendent Tom Janis sent us this statement he sent out to parents. It says in part, this incident is a reminder for families to have conversations with their children about how to respond in situations like this, which is what this grandmother intends to do when she sees her grandchildren.
I talk with my grandkids. Don't be afraid. Scream, fight, wherever it's go. Just do any signs to protect yourself in a, God forbid, situation like that.
The sheriff's office also says that girl did exactly what she should have done to keep herself safe. They're saying that you need to talk to your neighbors if you live in certain residents, and that is to keep your neighborhood safer. They say if your student also owns a phone, they should know how to call 911 if they feel threatened. I'm live in Granite Bay. Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
That is good advice, Roxanne, but still an alarming and unsettling story. Roxanne, thank you for that update. In tonight's Dollars and Cents, we're talking new year, new money goals. The start of 2025 is just 2 weeks away, and now's the perfect time to rethink and reset your finances. For the next several weeks, we're looking into ways to build better money habits. Tonight, that starts with not storing your money in payment apps.
They're very popular, they're convenient.
Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay, and Zelle are just some of the many payment apps out there.
Venmo and PayPal, the fun thing about them is that when you do use their cards, like their credit cards, you do get that cash back.
More than 3/4 of U.S. adults say they've used a payment app, according to the Pew Research Center. And the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau says transaction volume on these apps is expected to go from $893 billion to $1.6 trillion by 2027. But experts like Sacramento-based financial specialist Shane Correa Fernandez warn, while these apps bring convenience, they also come with security concerns.
We are in a digital world, and that also means that scammers and hackers are also getting a lot more savvy. Recently, I just had my accounts hacked, and it was pretty brutal.
Shane says hackers gained access to her digital card in her payment app through a merchant with whom she used her digital card.
Venmo and PayPal, they're great for those quick exchanges, but the pitfall is that just know that there are hackers out there that can get into your accounts digitally, and then it's a nightmare trying to get the money back.
Also, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says funds stored on payment apps often lack insurance. In contrast, when you store your money in an FDIC-insured bank, you are protected from losses up to $250,000.
Okay, Shane, so tell us some of the best practices for those payment apps.
Definitely don't want to park a large sum of money. I mean, I usually have maybe $200 in my Venmo app.
If you do get hacked, don't wait to take action.
Setting up alerts so that if there's something out of the ordinary, your bank can text you. Don't wait, call right away and start the claim.
Experts say keeping your money in payment apps could also mean losing out on the interest from a high-yield savings account. So double-check your app. Cash App and PayPal, for example, do offer separate high-yield FDIC-insured savings products. And the conversation doesn't end here. Remember, your money questions have answers. You can find all my Dollars and Cents stories streaming now on ABC10 Plus. The app is free and available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. You can also email me your questions at lpainter@abc10.com.
Hit it! I shine for you, you shine for me. Come on! We're gonna have a quick review.
My name is Patricia Cobbs, and I am the founder of Sacramento Senior Spirit.
Behind me.
There's about 15 of us all together. We have women that lost their husbands. We have women that are empty nesters like me. And we had women that were just really bored and were looking for a fun way to exercise.
Senior Spirit Cheerleading Squad is a group of ladies aged 55 and over who have come together for camaraderie, exercise, spirit. I heard about the Sacramento Senior Spirit Squad on Facebook. And in high school, when I never made the cheerleading squad, 45 years later, I'm actually a cheerleader.
You got it.
We practice every Saturday at 10 o'clock. If you cheer someone on, you're a cheerleader. You don't have to be perfect. We have parades and we have performances. It's been surprising how impressed everyone is.
Age ain't nothing but a number, and where? Number.
I choreograph and I write the cheers. I make the uniforms. It gave me a purpose and new friends. I knew I needed to define myself outside of being a mom.
Hit it.
The biggest impact is it's getting me out of the house, especially now too since I retired, and you get to become friends with people you wouldn't ordinarily run into or associate with, and it's just a good feeling having the friends and the camaraderie with women.
The important thing for me is for no women to think they can't do it, and I feel like a little legacy is being left behind. You're only old if you let your mind think that you are, and you can do whatever you want for as long as you want, as long as your health allows.
Let's turn to your weather now. As you know, we started the day with that thick, heavy fog, so let's figure out how things are shaping up for tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, a lot of people hitting the roads too. How's it looking?
Yeah, this weekend's going to be a very interesting weekend because we have some times you can head out and other times you may want to keep an eye on the forecast. What we're seeing though for the next few mornings is still that morning fog formation. And right now in the Big Mountain backyard, our temperatures are definitely starting to drop off. We're in the upper 40s for Marysville and Sacramento, low 50s Stockton, Modesto, and Tahoe at 32 degrees. Now, our overnight lows into early tomorrow morning are expected to be right around these upper 30s to low 40s with a lot more fog in the forecast tomorrow morning as well as Friday morning. With our weather headlines, that widespread fog could continue as late as Friday, but by Saturday morning, The first of many storms are set to arrive, and an atmospheric river is going to impact a lot of people's holiday plans, especially the holiday travel. As we take a look at visibility already forming this evening, we're seeing it mostly first in Calaveras County, and as we get to about 10 p.m., you can see it's becoming more widespread from those foothill spots into the valley of Lodi, Stockton, and then portions of Sacramento just off US 50 there. Getting into the mid-morning hours, 9:30 a.m., very widespread from Yuba City all the way down to the Central Valley, about a third of a mile in visibility for most people. And then we'll continue to see things improving slowly and gradually. But as you noticed today, we really didn't see that sunshine till closer to about 2:30, 3 p.m. for a lot of areas in the valley. Taking a look here at our low pressure system lineup, you can see low after low after low following each other. In the meantime, we do have some cooler air overhead helping with that fog formation. And then here's the atmospheric river set to arrive, the first one Saturday, bringing us some lighter rain, not expected to be too heavy on that Saturday, but still keep in mind this could impact your plans, especially if you're traveling, you're shopping, whatever it is you're doing. We're going to start seeing that coming in for the morning hours. Then as we get to Monday, this one looks to be even juicier. Just take a look at how much of that rain and moisture is within this atmospheric river moving from Monday to Tuesday. This was expected to bring in more rain as well as that Sierra snowfall. And then finally, passing Christmas, it looks like we may be dry for Christmas Day, but Thursday, it looks like more rain is on the way. Timing this all out for you, looking into your Saturday, we are expecting that rain to come in, most of it, the heavier stuff, toward the foothills and north of I-80. Then as we get into the afternoon, evening, things slow down for us. And then finally, Tuesday, this is where we really get inundated with a lot of the heavier rain coming in for that travel on Christmas Eve, and then more of that Sierra snowfall here, but elevations look to be a little lower as that cold air is moving in just the day before. So make sure you are keeping an eye on the forecast. Look at the morning hours, 9 a.m. You're getting hit hard. So a lot of people travel on that day. Make sure you're timing it all out for yourselves as we expect to see more of that rain continuing. The afternoon, evening may even be a better idea for you. So again, as we continue closer toward the 24th, you're going to keep an eye on the forecast to make sure you are getting the right information to travel. Looking at the next few days out, we're likely warmer, but we're expecting also to get more of that rainfall in the forecast. Next 8 to 14 day climate outlook. Next 3 days, upper 50s, so above average. The average is 55 this time of year. Into next week, we'll be looking at on and off showers and then a lineup of holidays.
Lots to track. Carly, thank you.
Good evening. As always, thank you so much for joining us on To The Point. I'm Alex Bell. The city of Sacramento is now looking for a new city manager. Last night, a majority of city council members voted against extending city manager Howard Chan's contract by a year. It is set to expire on December 31st. And new tonight, the city manager confirms he will serve the remaining 2 weeks of his contract. As ABC10's Becca Habegger shows us, this was an emotional decision for many council members.
It is a new era for the city, a transition.
At Tuesday's city council meeting, members discussed whether to extend the contract of city manager Howard Chan by 1 year through the end of 2025.
I can't support this condition of this contract.
Chan makes a base salary of more than $400,000. Council last approved a raise for him in November of 2022 and added 6 weeks of paid leave, 240 hours, to his leave balance. He's one of the highest paid city managers in the state. He has served in the role for nearly 8 years and worked for the city a total of 22 years.
I thank him for that service. And we could have done better. This is not the graceful landing you deserved.
6 voted to reject extending Chan's contract. They include newly installed Mayor Kevin McCarty, who said in a statement, "I was clear during the campaign that I would deal with the city manager's contract after I was sworn in, and that my hope at the time was for continuity in the first year. However, after the 3-hour closed session with the full council, it was clear that it was time for a change. I voted with a majority to reject his contract and move forward. The search for a new city manager will begin in the new year." The city said in a blog post Wednesday, Chan will serve through the end of his contract, December 31st. Chan saying it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as city manager. In public comment ahead of the vote, some spoke in support of Chan.
Last year, under the city manager's leadership, we were able to navigate the deficit, delivering a balanced budget without cuts to critical city services, and more importantly, no layoffs to city staff.
His efforts have fostered partnerships, supported economic growth, and strengthened the very fabric of our community.
Former Sacramento mayoral candidate Flo Kofer, who narrowly lost the seat McCarty won by 1% of the vote, shared this news with the public.
In late September, I was told that I would be given a campaign contribution in exchange for agreeing to extend the city manager's contract by 1 year. And I was told that this had to happen because the city required stability. I want to make it very clear that, to my knowledge, Howard Chan was not aware of and did not condone what was offered to me on his behalf. But that it happened at all gives me serious concerns about who is pulling the strings and what they're willing to do or have already done.
She rejected the offer and says she agrees with council's decision not to extend Chan's contract.
All right, and Becca is joining us now. Becca, we know that Chan makes more than $400,000. That's actually his base salary. Can you give us some more insight?
Yeah, you know, Alex, the council gave him 6 additional weeks of paid leave in November of 2022 after granting him 58 weeks of leave earlier that year. Now, I asked the city spokesperson how much of that leave he has remaining and how much the city will have to pay him for any unused leave after his contract expires. Now, the person I spoke to did not immediately have that information available. So, Alex, of course, we are working to find out how much the city will pay Chan at the end of his contract.
And, of course, we will keep you updated on this. Becca's going to continue following it. Becca, thank you for the updates. We appreciate it. Welcome back. For many California residents, paying for car registration and smog checks are pretty normal. But for one Orangevale couple, they say it's becoming way too difficult to catch up to the state's requirements to make sure their motorhome is legal. Now they're blaming the California Air Resources Board, or CARB, claiming it's not sustainable to keep up with all of the requirements. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen shares with us their story and how CARB is responding.
Carol and Alan Scott.
We've traveled all of the western states,
have made a life for themselves in their motorhome, and when they're not in Orangevale.
California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Arizona, New Mexico, Louisiana.
I mean,
we've been a lot of places.
The couple lives part-time in Arizona, but their home base is in California. Their motorhome is registered in California and is subject to all the regulations the state has required of them to own a motorhome.
This will be the first year that we've had to comply with the clean truck.
The Clean Truck Check program is an initiative through the California Air Resources Board, or CARB, with the goal of keeping the state's air clean while ensuring heavy motor vehicles are regulated. The program applies to nearly all diesel and alternative fuel heavy-duty vehicles weighing more than 14,000 pounds.
I understand their reasoning for making the air better for everybody.
Back in April, the couple paid nearly $700 to register their motorhome. Then in June, the Scotts got this letter from CARB saying their motorhome is required to comply with the Clean Truck Check program.
I struggle trying to find information on it to at least tell me what my obligations are.
On CARB's website, it says the Clean Truck Check applies to vehicles even if they are not registered in California. But under the section that defines what is not subject to the program, it lists motorhomes registered outside of California. A spokesperson with CARB says because of concerns of impacting the state's tourism, CARB decided to exempt motorhomes that are not registered in California and used for recreational purposes, citing they are generally low mileage.
We're in essence being penalized because we choose to register a vehicle in California.
The Scotts say they will eventually give up their motorhome because of age. But in the meantime, they're asking CARB to just treat them fairly.
If you're exempting all the other motorhomes that might travel in California, it seems to me that it's unfair to treat us differently.
In Sacramento, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
The Scotts say they are considering registering their motorhome in Arizona to avoid all of the requirements. We asked CARB how they plan to address this. The spokesperson would not answer that directly, but said penalties for non-compliance to the program vary on a case-by-case basis and depend on the nature of the violation. And new tonight, CARB has been slapped with a lawsuit regarding its recent amendments to the Low Carbon Fuel Standard, or the LCFS. A group of environmental justice organizations have filed this lawsuit against CARB, citing the LCFS fails to address the health and environmental impacts on climate. ABC 10 reached out to CARB. They told us they have no comment on pending litigation.
Well, listen to this. The largest holiday light show in Northern California, it's happening at Cal Expo right now. So
So all morning long, we've been checking in with ABC10's Marcus Allen. He's live there right now with more on the Imaginarium. So Mark, this is just so beautiful and incredible, and it's really cool to see it up close because I've definitely seen it off of the freeway when I've been driving past there.
It's just so immersive, even for adults. Look at those lights out there, and that's just a sample of over the 5 million. Jordan, I've got some good news or bad news, depending on where you sit. I got locked up in the cage. So, if you wouldn't mind. This cage, by the way, normally has 2 motorcycles in it, which is really awesome. Could you let me out, sir? Believe it or not, this is not my first time. Good to see you. How you doing?
Good.
All right. So if you were early with us in the 5 a.m. hour, you may have met Tony. Tony, if you would reintroduce yourself.
So I'm Tony Murcia. We have the Pirate High Wire show, but my family also owns a couple of different shows that are here at Imaginarium. And we have Cirque Cyber Thrill Show here, which features aerial acrobatics, roller balancing, and of course the motorcycles and the Globe of Death. Apart from that, we also have the Big B transforming robot car. So it's all my family that owns all the shows that are here.
Yeah, just listening to what you said, I'm exhausted. I was going to say, do you have a twin? Because last hour we had a guy that looked a lot like you. You wear a lot of hats when you do this.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I go back and forth to all different shows.
All right, so this morning we were going to have motorcycles in there. This is a great circus act. I've seen this before, but to see it as close and as up personal as you can, it's rare that people are going to get this close of an opportunity to see this. Describe what happens.
So, a lot of people can see this on videos, YouTube and all that, but seeing it in person is a complete different experience. Seeing the motorcycles go in there, we have 2 bikes. My wife stands in the middle and I go around her. So, yeah, it's a complete different experience seeing it live than actually seeing like a video or something of it.
Awesome. I see an X over your shoulder, not unlike X Games, so I'm going to grab something harrowing, and that would be some juggling pins. Want to break off a sample of what you do? All right, and step over here into the light. While we're at it, ladies and gentlemen, the world-famous Darla Givens. How exciting is this? Cal Expo now has performances nightly.
That's right. This is Imaginarium. It's the 10th year here at Cal Expo. So it's the holiday tradition where people come out and enjoy the lights over 5 million, and you can catch the acts like this 3 times a night. And now we're open nightly until January 5th. We're open every night until 5 o'clock, unless it's rainy or windy. So always check the website, Imaginarium360.com. And you can see Tony up there doing his thing, juggling while he's on that cylinder.
That is amazing. And so in a moment, Darla's going to get up there. He's been giving her some instructions. She'll be doing that. So this is happening nightly. You've got beverages for the kids and the adults. You've got food. There's nothing, no stone left unturned.
No, there's not. And earlier you asked what's my favorite thing out here to eat?
Yeah.
The hand-rolled pretzels.
Hand-rolled pretzels?
I like the jalapeno cheddar. They're nice and warm and soft. So good. But we have something out here for everybody. And a lot of date night, too.
Yeah, great date night. Like, I'm kind of on the Anthony Bourdain tip. I love street food. Hey, Tony! Get down, you're going to kill yourself. Will you get down from there? Ta-da! Nice work, sir. So back to Anthony Bourdain. I like street food. The best Thai food I've had outside of Thailand is about 50 feet from here, so that's pretty amazing. Nice work, amigo. Very nice. Want to give me a little lesson? Can I try?
Yeah, go for
All right,
it.
do you have time for me to do a lesson?
Yeah,
all right, just tell me what to do.
All right, so it's pretty easy. You just start with the bottom one, obviously. You flip it up, and then you just keep it going.
The lights are blinding. I can't see anything. Son of a...
Oh, you're doing it.
Hey, don't stop. Ah. All right.
Oh, you want to be a part of the show?
No, I just broke my toe. Hey, you are awesome, sir. So you and your family perform over there, the pirate ship, nightly, over here nightly. Yes. Congratulations. How many years has your family been doing this?
My family goes back generations. I'm a 10th generation circus performer. I don't know exactly how many years back, but it's a long ways. And on my mom and my dad's side, both sides are all circus, so it goes back a long ways.
Tony, Anthony, Mark Anthony, dude, thank you so much. And back to you.
Mark, you were getting such good use out of that Santa suit, and I'm also not surprised that you were good at flipping those things. I have a quick question for Tony. What's Tony's favorite part about performing in Sacramento?
I'm supposed to take you back to Evangeline's, by the way, but every time I see it in my car, I say, if I'm going to have this suit, I better put it on or Evangeline's is going to be mad. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's the delay killing us.
Oh, no. That's good. I love to know the origin of the suit. I was going to ask a question to Tony. What's his favorite part of performing in Sacramento at this incredible Imaginarium display?
What is your favorite part about performing at the Imaginarium in Sacramento?
Honestly, I think it's the crowds. We've had some really good crowds. The people come out, they really seem to enjoy their time here at Imaginarium and, you know, watching the shows and everything. And I think that's one of the best things about performing too, is seeing the audience reactions.
It's truly amazing. And speaking of Sacramento, when the Kings play, you can see the beam. The best vantage to see the beam is from the Imaginarium. Not true, I'm just making stuff up at this point.
All right, thank you, Marcus Allen in the Santa suit. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much for watching ABC 10 Plus tonight. Remember, we are here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Chris Thomas. We'll see you next time.
Weekday mornings on ABC 10.
I know what we're doing.
We're getting you ready.
Oh, you're going to know first.
About the breaking news that affects you.
What happened overnight right here in Northern California?
And across America.
Plus my 10-day forecast helping you plan and keeping you safe.
That's how we do mornings.
So you're ready to take on the day. ABC 10 Morning News.
And Good Morning America.
Right here on ABC 10.
See you weekday mornings starting at 5.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. What's super exciting, I know you care about high school sports. You'll never find a more comprehensive guide and team dedicated to high school sports. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational, but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC 10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.